Hi, everyone. So, allow me to start with the business fact. In every business, every client thinks that they are unique, that their pain are only specific to them and only to them, which in reality, based on my experience and what other mining clients are telling me, your realities, sorry for the micro, and business operation are kind of similar and have a lot in common, specifically when it comes to maintenance, which will be our topic today. So, when we talk about similar challenges, let's talk first about the mining reality. What is mining reality? We all know that mining reality is a high-pressure environment where asset reliability is the keyword. Why is it the keyword? It has a huge impact on your production, on your safety, and your cost. So I can say that mining is the most asset-intensive and maintenance-heavy industries in the world. Without any surprise, the equipment are operating in harsh conditions, and asset downtime are simply massive. Let me share with you the most common question that are often asked by a mining customer. For instance, why my supervisor can't see where the job is stuck? Where are my bottlenecks? Why my technicians are often sent to the job without material, or even missing material sometimes, without permit, without a clear scope? Why we keep repeating those misdiagnoses? Why we have repeated breakdowns? Why are my maintenance costs so high, right? As a consequence, we can say that maintenance is the major cost driver in mining operation. Based on industry sources, maintenance equipment amounts to 35 to 50% of your annual budget, which equal to at least several $million per year, right? Look at our poor John down in the mine. He's wondering how he can still continue that way. So now let me put that in a context. Traditional maintenance, what we call the classic maintenance. Historically, companies have been approaching the maintenance the traditional way in their day-to-day business as well as their IT solutions. What is that traditional maintenance or SAP plant maintenance? It was a linear simple process, moving from a notification to a creation of an order and quickly moving to the execution. It's an event-driven process, and it comes with some limitation. As you can see on the screen, non-structured process, no accountability per step. It doesn't offer a large visibility, little governance between the steps, and manual assessment. So what we can say about that SAP classic maintenance? It's working well. I mean, it does the job, but it doesn't give you the visibility or even control that organizations like yours, organizations that are facing high complexity, high operation complexity, or strict constraint, or even multi-team collaboration needs. So then it came to my mind, why traditional maintenance is no longer enough? Why SAP introduced phase-based maintenance? So PBM, more known as phase-based maintenance, will ensure that every maintenance request will follow control stages. What we mean by control stages, as by its name, it's a phase model, so no surprise. Different phases through the maintenance process, is a 9-phase model, more precisely. It will give a structured process that we are missing in the traditional maintenance. And moving from an event-driven process to a phase-driven life cycle. So when we talk about a phase could be a screening phase, could be a planning, preparation, execution, post-execution, etc. So each phase has an entry and exit criteria. Each phase has a purpose, has a meaning. Each phase has an owner. So we talked about accountability earlier. In this case, in this model, each counterpart in the maintenance process will be responsible of the phase of the process. Each phase has pre-check, prerequisite information that if they are not fulfilled in, we cannot move forward. So this phased approach will actually ensure that no phase is skipped, no phase is forgotten or rushed. So no more technicians sent to the job, for instance, without materials, without permits. PBM, or phase-based maintenance, is also offering modern maintenance processes, which will keep your people remain connected in real time, all the time, via mobile devices. It could be Windows, Android, iOS, etc. So let's imagine that they have in real time access to the critical assets, to the work that needs to be performed, KPI, reporting, approval, if they are implemented, for instance. So this mobility will keep your people, let's say a technician, team leads, supervisor, remaining connected and operational mainly, and operation and paperless. Don't forget about the amount of paper that we have in the process. When connectivity is limited, we all know that mining reality is a limited connection, and also deep down in the mine. So now our friend Gary, our supervisor, is happy because technology is helping him out in his day-to-day work. Now let's see, how phase-based will address your challenges. Here are some of the typical challenges that are more known by you. Let's take as an example one specifically, ensuring production continuity, which we all know that is the nightmare in the mining operations. So this phase approach that is offered by the phase-based maintenance will allow to align maintenance and production department. So, but what I meant by alignment, the maintenance will put the production schedules in their own schedules. So no more, for instance, maintenance again sent to fix a damage when the production is still running, or maintenance is delaying the production. So for the maintenance people, they will be included, for instance, the plant shutdown windows, the machine availability, production sequencing batches, etc. So all this will lead to avoid delays, less unplanned downtime, and kind of more predictable production that we are all looking for. So PBM will transform your maintenance into a controlled, predictable process that will keep your production running smoothly. Now, let's see that into action and pivot to some of the SAP tiles that I will introduce to you. The maintenance request. The maintenance request is kind of the trigger of our phase-based maintenance. It's the tile that will allow to any SAP user, valid user within your organization, to report a damage or an issue in the mine. In our example, let's imagine a pump, a water pump in a mine that is leaking, for instance. And if it's not dealt with, it's going to be compromising your operation. So the maintenance request tile will allow you to select the technical object. So the technical object in our case is the pump, the water pump. all the details that are required, and specifically put in a little description. Pump is leaking, assigning a priority, and also SAP is offering a tool that helps you out to assess the priority, the best priority for your work, based on 4 categories: safety, environment, asset, and reputation. A picture is worth 1,000 of words. So let's drop even the picture of the damage within the maintenance request so it can be visible by the maintenance better than a little description. If you are on a mobile device, as per your smartphone today, when you take the picture, is automatically linked to your maintenance request. Once the information are completed, I submit my maintenance request for the screening phase. And you can see we moved to the My Maintenance Request tile, and I can have all my maintenance requests in all the stages. The one that I have submitted, the one that need action from myself, the accepted one, rejected one. So for instance, I can explain one of the delays that are on my process because nobody looked at my maintenance request. Before to jump to this tile, as we saw earlier, one of the challenges were to reduce asset downtime. To be able to do that, you need to track the appropriate metrics, right? So if you can't measure, you can't track. And if you can track, you cannot optimize. So the tile technical object breakdown, as a user, what imports me the most is to have all the breakdown information within the same screen. So the technical object breakdown will allow you actually to play with all the dimensions that are required for your analysis. For instance, in the screen, you can see the number of repeated breakdown per breakdown year. I can also change that to some measurement. Mean time to repair, mean time between failures. So I can even include my KPIs in real time. And I can, on the bottom of the screen all the time, I have the detail per object type, for instance. If I want to see, for instance, as in the screen, how many breakdown I had for my motors, how many breakdown I had this year, this month, for my gearbox, for my pumps, etc. So you can easily change the layout of the dashboard to adapt it to your need. It's a multi-dimensional, so you can add either the number of the breakdown or also the different KPIs. You can change the chart as well, as we will see on the screen. So you can have a curve plus a bar chart, etc. So let's say by having your processes fully supported by phase-based maintenance, will allow you to have access to the cost in real time. Let me introduce you to the actual cost analysis. So we talk about the operational focus that you will do. And honestly, as a manager, this is where I will spend the majority of my time looking and evaluating my breakdown trends, but also the cost, because you want to have a visibility on your cost. So the actual cost analysis will allow you, as per the breakdown, to focus and to see all the actual cost of your maintenance, either on the local currency, foreign currency, etc. So, for instance, if I want to see how was my cost for my gears, for instance, for my gearbox, for my pumps, again, or if I want to dig with the nature of spent material, labor, hours of my contractors. So I have that in real time, and I can dig on it as I want, the deeper I want, and I can do a comparison between last year's and the actual year. So now, if I step back a little bit, just to make sure that everybody is following. So we started with the traditional maintenance. Then we moved to the phase-based and the challenges. We see that in action in some few tiles within SAP. So now let me introduce you to one of our clients, Alamos Gold, that go with that journey. Alamos Gold is a Canadian gold producer company that is mining in 3 operations, 2 in Canada and 1 in Mexico. Talon, having a long-standing relationship with them, we've conducted several projects with them. To the move to the cloud, move to the RISE, upgrade projects, and we have implemented phase-based maintenance for one of their divisions. Here are some of the key points that they achieved. They improve efficiency and visibility of their maintenance processes. They have automatic approval for maintenance part purchasing. They have more stronger scheduling that is dealing with capacity and part availability. But also the mobility that I've presented earlier. Mobility in the maintenance request, so they are using within the tablet that are provided to their people to raise the maintenance request within the phase-based maintenance, but also for the work that needs to be performed. So their technicians are notified when a job is needed to be performed, and they can actually perform the job based on that model. They can capture the hour, they can capture their failure mode, they can capture their measurement point, and even a picture after the damage have been fixed. As a recap, I mean, in 5 minutes you will not be expert of phase-based, but as a recap, let's say what are the benefits of phase-based maintenance? So phase-based maintenance will deliver operational excellence, stronger safety and risk management, maintenance efficiency, and a strategic advantage through modern, scalable capabilities. So, as we stated earlier, the imperative of managing your cost or critical asset are critical. And I can say that phase-based maintenance can lead you there. But advantage also of keeping your SAP solution up to date will allow you to benefit from new functionalities such as phase-based maintenance. Thank you.